Sitting here meditating and pondering on the ways of the world today, thinking of my people Africa and the state of the continent today. How mothers fed their children today, as granny goes down on her knees every day and prays. How many souls are dying from causes that could be prevented if we did have leaders who cared for us today? Oh, 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 oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Zion away. Africa rise, young. Every 4 years, the politicians say he's your servant today. And after you vote for them, they metamorphose into your masters. I say, have your say, we'll have our way, yeah. Not no strange, it's cow demon crosses. Meanwhile, souls are dying from causes that could be prevented if we did have leaders who cared for us today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Zion away. Africa rise.
We can be free again. World turbulence among the politics. Never hypocrite, lava. Never ever quit. Just a little bit longer. Victory is near. They're gonna disappear, go under. The leaders them no care, never tend to share. Babylon quit, the shedding of blood. Your heart that goes over if you show no love. Stay away, consciousness. What the cloud it is and if for no righteousness. Just make sure the children live.
I pray for the future generations not to give up this fight. I pray for the children of tomorrow not to sell out their birthright. Cause when I look afar, I see the strangers eating up their food. Another form of slavery is coming here again. And that's why people are dying from causes that could be prevented. Oh yes, we do need some better leadership today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion away. Let's go. Zion away. Africa rise, young. Don't be moved. But as the day breaks, I see my people rising up again. Shaking off all the shackles, I see my people shaking off those chains. The lion with the mane, blood of the slain will never, never, never be in vain.
Never, never, never.
No, no, no.
No more unwanted funerals. No more bloodshed.
Better leadership today.
I pray.
Zion, not your way. Zion,
Welcome to Tucson Hotel, your ultimate home away from home. Located in the serene town of Ejisu Ichakrum, just off the Jabin Road, we offer you a haven of comfort and luxury. Step into our fully air-conditioned 40 bedrooms, where modern elegance meets convenience. Whether you choose our normal, standard, deluxe standard, or executive rooms, each one is equipped with Wi-Fi and DSTV, ensuring that you stay connected and entertained throughout your stay. Indulge your taste buds at our exquisite bar and restaurant, where our skilled chefs prepare a wide range of culinary delight to satisfy every palate. From local delicacies to international favorites, we have something for everyone. Planning a business meeting or a special event? Look no further than our state-of-the-art conference hall. With a capacity to accommodate 80 to 100 people, it is the perfect venue for your corporate gatherings or social celebrations. But that's not all. We proudly boast the largest recreational center in the Ejisu municipality. With a capacity to accommodate up to 2,000 people, it is the ideal location for concerts, weddings, and other grand events. It comes with 4 fully air-conditioned bedrooms and a kitchen as one package. Our luxury cars are also available for rent. Drive like a boss. To experience true hospitality and unmatched comfort, contact us today. Our friendly staff is ready to assist you. You can reach us at 0244 654 458, 0246 505 327, or 0241 418645. You can also email us at info@tucsonhotel@gmail.com. Tucson Hotel, your home away from home.
Making healthy food choices are a daily challenge for most people. You see, the food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Introducing the Green Health Pharmacy and Functional Medicine Clinic that gets to the root cause of your disease. We present to you the True Green Foods brand that allows you to enjoy healthy food options without sacrificing the foods you love. True Green Foods have low-carb swallow options for fufu, banku, tuozafi, eba, kenke, amala, and semovita. Good tasting and supremely delicious without compromising blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, weight management goals, and all diseases that one may be battling with. They also have a low-carb replacement for oatmeal, grits, and cream of wheat, which are highly dense in carbohydrates. Check out Alta Oats, Beta Oats, Clean Oats, as well as Kajma Porridge and Cream of Laka when you visit our shop. The breakfast options are not just delicious, but meet the standards of an anti-inflammatory diet. All True Green Foods are all diabetic friendly. Find Green Health Pharmacy in Woodbridge, Virginia, or call us on 703-670-3640. WhatsApp 571-300-5039. Find us on IG at Green Health Farm. There's no better way for a healthy lifestyle. Remember, your health is your wealth.
All over the savannah area, farmers are busy because the fires have started, and if you don't get your crops in quickly, the bushfires will burn.
Happy New Year, people. 121 Radio Culture, and I am happy to be here with you right now.
Under the sun we warm, in the cool of Rastaman storm. Hear the drums start to hum. Kwasi come, we feel the strum. Kwasi Bako, oh so true. Rasta roots, me and you.
All right, looks like we're going to have a new theme song for the show. Yes, we're transitioning into a new period. On January the 7th, Ghanaians, will be welcoming the new president, John Dramani Mahama, who we're going to be talking about today.
Kwasi Bako, where art thou? Kwasi Bako.
All right.
Rasta roots, me and you. Kwasi Bako, hear our plea. Play your song.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to Weekend Editorial. Of course, it's midweek, right? So this is midweek editorial, with yours truly, beloved. You can also call me Kwesi E. Bako.
Feel the beats in our heart. Kwesi Bako, where are
Happy New Year once again. Today, you will forgive me because I am a little bit under the weather, but I just looked at how much work my team had put in to make this particular show happen, and I realized that it's kind of time sensitive because we just want to ride the wave. So I'll do my best and sacrifice a little bit to sit in and do the show. We're live on modernghana.com. Oh, hold on a second, please. Team turn on radio, but make sure we also live on. We're on great, thank you. All right, so we are live on iCulture TV, www.ghnewsnow.com, our home base. We are also live on modernghana.com. We are also live on Radio Culture right now. Okay, let me dig straight into it because today I'm not going to spend too much time on this. As I stated earlier, I am a bit under the weather, but we'll still make it happen. Okay, now, topic for today. After a long drawn battle, John Mahama has not even been sworn in yet, but knowing that he only has 4 years, knowing the state of the country right now, knowing how much work has to go into resetting the country, I believe that he already has a plan, right? And I believe that he's already working. He's not going to sit down and, as some people were trying to say, take a holiday or whatever before he jumps to work. I don't think he's going to be doing that at all because he has such a short frame of time. And so we are also here to start putting out ideas even before he actually assumes office. Hopefully Akufo-Addo leaves and without any more drama. Look at the facade, the charade is what I want to say, with the awards thing and all that. What the heck was that? Got all these bogus people taking honors. This guy denigrated the honors thing right there. The only people that I respect among the honorees are the private people. Even themselves, some of them, we need to check them, because if Akufo-Addo is awarding you like that now, then, you know. But there are some people there that I believe did merit the award. Top of that list, my good brother Erastus Asaridonko. Respect Erastus. Yes. Yes, even Akufo-Addo self agrees that you did. Even Akufo-Addo self agrees that you, my brother Erastus Asaridonko, deserve an award. You do. Salute.
And the whole of Ghana is proud of you for the work that you do, right? A lot of the things that we know about Galamsey, the extent to which Galamsey is crippling the country and all of that, is as a result of your work. Brilliant journalism. Brilliant journalism. Kudos. One more time. Erastus, Asari, Donko. You and only a few others are the ones that I respect among the honorees. This was a charade. We're from Nyansaboakwa, all these people. Bro, anyways. All right, so now let's talk about today's topic. Today, our topic for the day is John Mahama's government or John Mahama's policies can benefit greatly from Apostle Kwadwo Safo's ingenuity. It's a statement that's almost like a no-brainer, right? But it's not as no-brainer as that. It's very nuanced, what I'm saying. John Mahama's policies, if John Mahama is going to succeed with his 24-hour economy, if he's going to succeed with his Ejumara policy, he's going to succeed with his the apprenticeship, national apprenticeship scheme, and all of these things, all of those things can benefit greatly from the ingenuity of this one man, Apostle Kwadwo Safo. Now, why is it even a discussion? For those who don't know, and I don't know who is in Ghana who doesn't know, but for my international listeners, who is Apostle Kwadwo Safo and who is, of course, everybody knows John Mahama. Now, Apostle Kwadwo Safo is, I was having a discussion with one of my friends from Ghana the other day, and I said, this guy, if they had forced him through the regular school, they would have done him and Ghana a disservice, right? Because the way he thinks, right? He thinks originally. He thinks from the basic. So he's an inventor par excellence. Bro, listen, say whatever you want about him. I hear people trying to diss him that, oh, the inventions that he made, the cars and stuff, he didn't do them, he didn't make them, he just assembled them. Listen, you think every there's a Ford, there's a GM, what you call it, General Motors factory not far from where I live. You think they make everything there? They don't. They import parts and assemble them. It's a car assembly plant, right? There are other places where they could have maybe the foundries where they will actually forge things. That's another thing altogether. This guy is an inventor, period. And in a minute or two, you get to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you some videos, but I just want to give a background to what I'm going to talk about. Apostle Kwadwo Safo is one of Ghana's sharpest minds. I've known this guy for a very long time. My uncle, Paul Edia, God rest his soul, was one of the first people that Apostle Kwadwo Safo used to set up his church. He was one of the original members, my uncle, right? His daughter is still in that church, in Apostle Kwadwo Safo's church. My cousin, very close to Apostle Kwadwo Safo. You understand? So I know this man. I know how far he has come. I know what he has done. Like I said, hate him, love him. Me personally, I don't know him closely like that and how he do and what he do and how he go and how he come. But I'm saying, Osimunyene, he's been around, right? Now, today as we speak, this guy is making headways in agriculture, in engineering, in like seriously. Okay, we're going to link a whole lot of things together in this thing, but stay with me. Now, Apostle Kwadwo Safo also happens to be the father of Adwoa Safo, who was a member of parliament, and at some point, I hear he was even deputy speaker or something like that. Phew. Now, wow. Makan. But what I'm saying though is this. That's her father. Now, why is that important? That's important because she is in the current government that is leaving. How did Adwoa Safo's government stay in power for 8 years and never for a moment think about supporting Apostle Kwadwo Safo? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Adwoa Safo, powerful member of the NPP, somebody who's able to leave her spot and go stay in the United States for years and still get paid. Akufo-Addo couldn't even. How was she not able to get the NPP to support her father? How? These people had one village, one factory, as a no more. Couldn't they have collaborated with Apostle Kwadwo Safo? That would have been easy. No brainer. Easy. See what I'm saying? Because if Apostle Kwadwo Safo says, okay, I'm going to work with you, the government, and with this your one district, one factory thing, we're going to go around, and then every place everywhere we need to set one up, maybe not everywhere, but just where you need my assistance, right? Because maybe you want to set up, say, foundries around Ghana where they'll be making parts for the cars, or you want to set up somewhere where they'll be making the agro stuff that he makes. He makes a whole lot of things. My brother, who's an agriculturist, bought a bunch of you're kind of saying organic seeds, organic fertilizers, organic pesticides and all that from this man. He does all of that. He has some things where have you been seeing his videos? He has some things where he does with some animal husbandry and all of that. So he can do a lot. How come Kwadwo Safo was in government for 8 years and we never heard of anything about her supporting her father's work? However, the irony of it is that it's when the NDC is in power that people all of a sudden expect the government to support Apostle Kwadwo Safo, which also is a good idea. But let's go and watch some videos. When we come back, we'll continue the discussion. But let's watch this video, right? This is a video of back in the day. Okay, now actually before I play that video also, can I just quickly I think we need to play the video first, because John Mahama is going to say something that's going to tie in with what I was just about to say. So let's go watch this video. We'll be right back. Okay, this video is by courtesy Sanko from Krefrem. I'll show you their name when they come up. But it's by courtesy YouTube and also these guys. Let's watch this video.
Mahama, I already buy the going here. Government no amount support it. Kantanka automobile to come. Go see Mahama. Can say ba. One of
the things that bothers much is that we have a great man of God in Ghana, Emeritus Apostle Kwadwo Safo, who has been using even a Tebuterium, an anthill, to develop a car engine. He has been developing cars and a whole lot of things, and even giving some of the cars to government officials and the police to use it and see how effective it is. We have seen that so many governments has come and gone, and currently there is no any good impact from capital investment for his side. And the youth also need training to Apostle Kwadwo Safo. You know, when you say God gave you a vision and you took an anthill and built an engine, I mean, no bank will give you money. You get my point. To build a car, you must build a car. You need metal foundries, you must make the engine, you must get the pistons, you must do this. Or, I mean, if it's an electric car, you must do the circuitry and all that. It's all science-based, you know. And so, I was in the first government of Rawlings, and I remember that is when a delegation was sent to see how he can be helped, you know. But he told us it's divine, you know, and I mean, there's no way. If it's divine, then God will give the capital to do it. You get my point? So we couldn't get proof of what really to help him with. But his son has taken over the business, and his son says it's an assembly plant. We're importing the components and we're building the vehicles. And so government has started to buy Kantanka cars. I mean, I've seen the police service using several of his pickups and things like that. And so,
Okay, so we all heard what the former president and the incoming president also said. This was I believe this video, and courtesy Ghana Tube is the name I was looking for. This is when John Mahama was president earlier, right? Now, Sayekase, why has, let's forget about Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo is a lost cause. Everybody, almost, is happy to see him go. And there's not much we can say about we can say for him. I got really annoyed hearing him giving that New Year message. Akufo-Addo, keep quiet and leave, please. All this annoying stuff about the economy, resilient, it's annoying. It's shocking that you've lost an election like this and you're still sitting in your office spewing such hogwash. Please stop the nonsense and go away. Okay, let's have our country back and reset. Enough said about that. Okay, so as I was saying though, right? We're going to look at John Mahama's government and how his government can collaborate with a gem like Apostle Kwadwo Safo. I think it's something that has to be done. It has to be done. It just makes sense, period. You understand? It just makes sense, period. And you see why in a second. But I want us to address why the issue is the way it is in the first place. First of all, the man has a daughter who is in government, but the daughter passes 8 years without saying nothing about how the government can collaborate with her father. I don't understand that, but when John Mahama was speaking, you heard him say, they did approach, Apostle Kwadwo Safo, and I think this was even in the Rawlings era, he said, right? Now, when they approached him, from what he said, the hiccup was that Apostle Kwadwo Safo said his invention is divine. Now, or the clay, and I say anthill or something like that, and or the year, me, I got a connection there. Some people, if you know anything about car manufacturing, you will, maybe your mind will travel along the route that mine did, right? Because here it is. When you are molding a new car, the first step actually is actually made from clay. The models are built from clay before anything else happens, right? They are molded like that. All right. So when he said that, I got a certain connection there, but I left it there because he didn't give any details. Your kind is he built his thing with clay with an anthill. And now I think that was a bit frustrating to the former president, right? Okay, now, and honestly, if you need money to do something, nobody's going to take money and say, hey, without showing us any like proper documentation of how things are going to be done, here's money go. No, it's not going to work like that, right? So what I think said the veritable apostle should have done was get people to sit down and do this paperwork, draw, the business plans and everything, and submit it to the government, which I don't think was done. So really and truly, you realize that you can't blame John Mahama's government for not helping Apostle Kwadwo Safo. At least we know that they reached out, but there was a hiccup because the apostle said, Omode, you're kind of saying the thing is divine. I don't think it's too late. I think we can go back and work something out, right? I believe from then till now, some progress would have been made. As John Mahama himself said the guy's son, apostle's son, has taken over the business or something like that. Now, I have one or two things to say for that man, because, and I'm going to say this advisedly because I've not met him. I don't know too much about him, but what I've heard about how he handles the business, it probably is worse than how his father would have done. In that sense, what do I mean? I won't mention names, but there's this very famous person in Ghana, friend of mine, famous person like Uboni Dian. There's nobody in Ghana who will not know who I'm talking about. Type of person. This person, they are trying to say or promote made in Ghana products, right? Now, who promote made in Ghana products? What best to do than to drive a made in Ghana car? What best? So when somebody like that approaches you as you kind of say buy made in Ghana ambassador who wants to cut a deal with you so that you give them a car to drive as a model for Wayna, you should jump at that. If you have any business sense, you should jump at that. My friend you can't say run around from junior Sarfo until he got frustrated and like, you know what, screw this, and just left. What an opportunity missed, right? Same as said declare and and then the person who's going to come to help you will go away. So sometimes I wonder if it is something that they just want to do to showcase, or they really mean business. Because if you mean business, step out. That was example number one. Let me give you example number two. Example number two was Mukai sa Balai in Kofor no Muko UK. I'm driving from Ghana to UK no. Richard Nim, my presido from Pescoba, Richard Nim and his friends. What's that thing called again? Out. Our friends who drove from the Wanderlust guys. The Wanderlust guys who drove from Accra to you kind of say UK, no. You see how much publicity they got? You see how much publicity they got worldwide. Now, what would have been better than at least one of those cars being a Ghanaian car? Charlie, these people paraded top class cars. What I say? Top class SUVs. Now, they can tank about what come no money on what fat desert so to Europe. Do you know what that would mean? Do you know what that would mean? From reports, these guys chase them. Oh, friend, on funny phone. Oh, and to Mama, please, Kwadwo Safo Banede, men shed antis or any better businessman than his father. And I'm not saying this on authority because I've not met him. These are reports that I'm reading, some of which is public, by the way. So I'm just saying. But I think we're doing all this so that people will just, maybe we haven't noticed, right? We can sit up and do something about it. Both on both sides. Apostle Kwadwo Safo, me, before you leave, before God calls you, I want to see you witnessing, say, Okas ni nenam Ghana na ebiye Uber, ebiye taxi, ebiye hwe saa de no moye na nenam mo praja ni nyina Apostle Kwadwo Safo na wo say. Ono na wo say. What I say? When we were growing up, there was this car, being a friend of Boafo. If you are from my generation, you know what I'm talking about. Boafo na yendu bisa. Boafo krano moye. I said Bedford. Charlie, I mean, Jack, half of the people that I'm speaking to, they don't even know what I'm talking about. But if you know what I'm talking about, there was this made in Ghana vehicle be like that, which primarily was used for like goods and, Taboni, identity, but it was made in Ghana. It moved, it worked. We've come all the way from there to now, Apostle Kwadwo Safo, yet SUV vehicles with sensors and stuff like that, with cameras, with voice detection technology and stuff like that. This is amazing. Kwadwo Safo has all the technology that all the top vehicles in the world have, at least to some degree. Now, let me show you this slide really quick, right? Meba, we will continue from there. I'll show you a video after this slide. Now, let's go through this real quick. All right. So if you check this out, right? Let's put it right, put the thing straight. current contract. All right. Okay. Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because of the video that I am going to be playing next. Let's watch this video. Hold on, let me cue it properly. Let's watch this video. We'll be right back with more.
That is moto na esiso no na ho onden nti o chere say obey drone na say ebetu akosora e wo say amecha na eda moto nim no eye den eye kese say na be ya ebenya anwoden kese na ede eye den ede ama drone no so after so o chere say ye wo bi e friend drag say drone na ma ni muso no esia enframa e wo ne ho kwan a obi design ni drone na say esia enframa kra na ebetimi eye den afam na eye den na akọ after so osa chere say bibia e fa wie bia ebetu na ebetu yi a ejina ni mu drone no so a drone be kan say wait nti no e was say drone no emu ye ha say na be ya etu a ebeti ma eden ebeti ma yetu enti e papa nim die mu no o chere say drone be ye ha e was say part a ye use ama drone yi na so ye den emu ye ha nti o ma ye kofa metal pipes o ma ye den can ana intense enfani say konku but chere fa for chere say ofa milo ana say ofa milo ana say ofa milk konku a so odane na e won nchemu a uti aso a emoa but odane ni si ho na wugina so a enya ade e be moada o chere say line bi na edemu no e na ema no nya sa ahoden no nti o maye de konku e design drone case ni nyina enam say konko ni mu ye ha ntino e ma drone ni mu ye ha afen so ye di india na ye den e se part na aka no e no che say drone so betu a ejina bibia e friend center of gravity it is a ofa drone fi ni finfin a I was say drone it me level wa bra enko in nchen ene ne nchen nti o ma ye de battery a e se drone ni mu no e se nchen e ma ni ban finfin se na be a so drone ni finfin na o ma so a bibia eden wait no eden ejina ne den mfimfini papa yada wase ewo nimdie a wodi ayeden wodi amaye eda se bibre nti ye be kokko to drone no na ya hwede we a drone ye ejema eda se
Alonti yene kanka on kasa keke okasa body train afei ani.
Okay. Now, you see why I showed you that slide before, just before I play this thing. Kwadwo Safo was in government, right? Government or woman was paying over $3 million a year over a 4-year contract period, $12.5 million to some company to supply drones. Ne papaya drones. Ne papa drones and a yeshi. Oh, yeah, what's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Unless we are saying, Joseph, unless you don't believe your father's drones do the job. Oh. But I know people who drive Kantanka cars for years now in Ghana. They are driving their cars. I know people who have been using some of Kwadwo Safo's stuff. They've been doing so for years. Nobody's said they don't work. When you go into the other areas now, my brother is a witness. He uses his seeds and his agricultural stuff. Nobody has complained. So we know that there's nothing wrong with it. If there's anything wrong, it's not wrong with the apostles' inventions. What's wrong with anything is the mindset, including and starting from that of his own daughter. Papa government, papa ye drones. Are buying at his car $12.5 million. And they are called company someone supply on drones. Well, maybe it comes with a service, so maybe it's not the whole $12.5 million, which is just for the drones. But at least, hey, let him supply the drones. You know how many youth he can employ? You know how many KNUST graduates can go there and help him build the drones? We let it slide. I don't get it. All that money, Okay, now let's come to John Mahama. Enough said about Kwadwo Safo. Let's come to John Mahama. John Mahama already, as I showed, has stated that they did reach out, right? Now, I'll come back to it again because JDM, I think you need this man, okay? He may have frustrated you the first time. Find a way around it. You are a diplomat. I know you know your thing. I know you know how to run your thing. You need Apostle Kwadwo Safo. It's going to make your work easier. It's going to make your work easier. And you are a very seasoned politician. Listen, there's very few people who can compare records with you in Ghana. But if you would take the advice of somebody who knows next to nothing about your politics now, I'm just saying, you know how much you will endear yourself and your party to Ghanaians if you're able to collaborate with Apostle Kwadwo Safo, father of Kwadwo Safo, to employ Ghanaian youth? Yeah. NDC strategists, are you listening? You need Apostle Kwadwo Safo. He has what it takes to make your policies roll out easier. John Mahama, I'm going to tell you something again, real quick. Before we do, let's watch this video. Now, that video with me, who you first? I'm like, why did this video surface after the elections? Why didn't NDC people use this video for the elections? John Mahama is a farmer, and I've heard him say he's a farmer, but these are visuals of him on his farm and everything. Why didn't you guys use this to convince the farmers? He himself, Rampo, is even one of you farmers and all of that. But anyhow, no more strategy or more you see. Yeah, strategy, it doesn't mean nothing at all compared to them. They be the politicians. But let's watch this video, okay? We'll be back to talk more.
It's been a busy weekend for me. All over the Savannah area, farmers are busy because the fires have started. And if you don't get your crops in quickly, the bushfires will burn them. So we're harvesting soya bean and maize on this farm. Yellow maize for the poultry industry, and then soya bean. We supply our maize and soya bean directly to Suchari farms where they do poultry. Earlier we were on the livestock farm. We started with the goats and the small ruminants, and we started with 300 of them. Right now they've increased to almost 500. We have another 200 animals, and we started just a few months ago, and so it's looking positive. We're going to add the other sheep and then also eventually cattle. And so we're doing livestock, and then we're doing crops. One of the major problems we had this year, especially with the crops, is the drought that occurred. After we planted, the rain came to a stop. It stopped raining, and so after germination, we had a problem with the maize and the soya bean being able to take root. Luckily, we have some irrigation equipment here on the farm. We have 3 sets of irrigation equipment. So we rolled them out, and that is what has saved part of the crop. But we lost about 40% of the crop. We were able to save only about 60%. We'd have harvested more this year, but unfortunately, the drought happened. So what we're looking to do is to go totally under irrigation. We have a small river over there, and we've drilled 5 boreholes, which are very productive. And so next year we're going to use a pivot system so that we can have enough water for irrigation. And it will allow us to do 2 crops instead of 1 crop a year. We have equipment, different kinds of equipment. They're working well, but after sales service is a problem. A lot of the dealers sell you the equipment, but once you buy the equipment, sometimes you can't get the parts, spare parts, And so what we need to do is to standardize the equipment and make sure that anybody who's selling agricultural machinery in Ghana is able to offer the farmers after sales service. Because right now is the harvest time. One of our combined harvesters is down and they don't have the parts. They have to order them from outside. If we say we're waiting for them to bring the parts from outside, by the time the parts come, bushfire would have finished this crop. Happily, one of our neighbors has
Start to hum, cause he come, we feel the strum.
Okay, we had the former and incoming president, John Dramani Mahama. Okay, the man is a farmer, right? He's an accomplished farmer. We also had the visuals of his farm and everything. My focus really is not on what we're seeing. We've seen this over the past couple of weeks and so, but my focus is on what he was saying, right? First of all, and in fact, you know what? I think I should let me play part of this video before we come to this. All right. No, actually, we'll play that. We'll play that later. But this is what I want to say though. John Mahama is a farmer with some wherewithal, right? He can afford a combined harvester and all of that. Now, most of Ghanaian farmers cannot afford a combined harvester, which is why in his brilliance, he has come up with the idea of setting up the mechanization centers, the mechanized, the farmer centers where people can go and get inputs, right? Including services like combined harvesters, tractors, plows, and all of that. Now, how much money is spent on these ones? The one that you had, John Mahama, the green one that I saw in the way say, it's obviously imported, right? Now, here's the problem, and the problem was given by you as well. When they break down, it's a whole nightmare getting parts for them because you have to import them. By the time you import them, that bushfire crab show crop no. That the whole season our year no. You see why there's entrenched poverty in parts of our and the most. I'm just about to drop a bev bomb, man. But the most messed up part about all of this is that poverty, you find it in areas where people work the hardest. You go to the north, nobody works harder than them in the climate that they work in. But because some of these things are not done properly in Intino, they don't get what they deserve for the work that they put in. Listen, go to any shop in New York, California, Houston, Dallas, anywhere, Grand Prairie, go any store at all where they sell beauty products and buy a tub of shea butter, or go to even the Ghana store. Show how much they will sell to you for $5, $10. Not to mention the other ones that are, and see how much the women in northern Ghana who produce the shea butter get from that. Cents on the $10. It's not right. So what about we put in the mechanization to start processing all these things over there, Grandpa? But what I'm saying is the wherewithal to do that, Apostle Kwadwo Safo has that. He has that. Right? And to combine harvester, John Mahama, you're kind of saying, and I heard you, Mr. President, saying, the parts have to be standardized, right? So that across Ghana, if be say we combine harvester now, say be a farmer center a dra ni bibi best said na yakwa pair ba na ne de wo atebubu de na say de ni tamale de na say de ni asinfo su de different. They are standardized. So everywhere you go, they are all the same, right? How best to do that than to have somebody who's producing it right there from Ghana? Give him the specs. The workers are students that are coming from University of Science and Technology and Legon and all these other places. They are already used to the standard that we are using. You learn that standard in school. And it's a no-brainer though. It's a no-brainer. I think the politics is what's getting in the way. And a little bit of the, Apostle, all of my, hey, now possible question be subisao. A Diana, I'll say Diana Dien, Diana Bibira. I will be saying me, I need some research on that because isn't it treading too closely to the anyways, I'm just saying. But the man is sitting there like a king or with some Louis Farrakhan bodyguards type guys standing around him with, some, princesses seated and some regal, you understand? Woman in the name, bruh. But back on topic though, right? John Mahama. So if we have Apostle Kwadwo Safo, who is producing, sa way na break it down, no? You got to feature and answer him for crab by na break it down, you. And to get to organ ha cramp on break it down. Say the same thing now, beba. But and also the nipa ne wa na wa fix yama or wa. Even issues be abampoa is part of the process because this guy, the machines are starting here, he has improved on them. Even the Onantefuo crime made the Babe Tremono, right? He has improved. He did the Onantefuo one. Onantefuo ne friend, Onantefuo. The other my friend, Nyansaboakwa. Nyansaboakwa is a combined harvester, no? Right? He did the first one, then he's come back with a revolutionized one. Let's watch the Nyansaboakwa. Let's watch the Nyansaboakwa. It's the combined harvester. Let's watch that. We'll be back.
And they did the kind of a summer and let I meant to say on Paba now Boninko, so you're not here, I declare, but you don't me, and your whole galaxy needed the same what's left in the as a say, oh, for so I can walk, I see never so, you be at home, say the baby, you 4 benya, so alpha so, it is, we are winning, I can't hear you. The new model you see is designed as a truck. It's simple and brings flexibility in its operation. Unlike the previous model that was coupled to a tractor, the KI2 has its own driver control panel and is therefore not coupled to a tractor. This brings convenience, improves efficiency, and thereby increasing production per hour. As you can see, its wings are spreading beautifully right here at the Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences, made possible by the African star and his team, Emeritus Professor Apostle Dr. Engineer Kwadwo Safo, an African relic for all time, and indeed Africa's most prolific inventor of all time. Please put your hands together for him. Yes. Africans cannot do it. Oh no. From the day you were born to us, Africans cannot fulfill it. Technological inventions. Africans cannot do it. Technological projections. Africans cannot project it. I'm a fussy among one. It's me. Always the African to me. What's the good is all the good? It's me. Always the African to me. And so then, Benny Becky, and your mark is the Now, as our speaker mentioned, the spraying wings cover 57 feet on both sides, 57 feet on both sides, with 19 feet foldable arm points. The wings are behind the reservoir at the rear of the truck compared to the previous model we saw here in 2022. Fidia we Yanyano ewo Japan, Yanye ewo China, Yanye ewo Australia, ewo Maigana Muhaya, and Emeritus Professor Apostle Dr. Engineer Kwadwo Safo.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Wow. Is your mind not? Mine is. And if yours isn't, You either pretending or you need something checked, brother. Because look at this. Look at this. Especially in the north, where irrigation is a problem. If John Mahama has one of these things on his farm, I heard him talking about the boreholes that they had drilled. If they have these boreholes producing water, there's a central point where this tank, this equipment fills it. What is the whole farm? The man has a combined harvester. What's I say? So if John Mahama is going to set up farmer center, now let's bring it down. Let's bring it in on the policies, right? I'm going to focus on 3 policies. Maybe as we speak, some others may come in, but I'm going to focus on three of them, 3 policies, 3 of John Mahama's key policies, and how this man is key to those 3 policies. Number 1, Obianim said the biggest way a 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy. I have a special show on 24-hour economy, which will be done after John Mahama has been sworn in. I'll be back with a special show just on the 24-hour economy. But let's watch how John Mahama's 24-hour economy policy can greatly benefit from the ingenuity of Apostle Kwadwo Safo. John Mahama is trying to create industries or ejuma ebe fanipa all the time, right? 3 shifts and all of that. Now, everybody knows that in the West, some of the countries, some of the jobs that easily offer that type of employment, the automotive industry. Easily. Right? Now, all of that is also tied, because if there's no marketer, then there's a problem, because then there will not be. But if there's a policy, say, okay, now we're going to produce vehicles. Charlie can yo. Media Apostle Kwadwo Safo come say, yeah, and you see ade. Because then I'm a kind, Benz cry kofafi baby by break it down. Right? Let's have the policy say this man and his outfit, his and of course, again, this is a big we have to come to the, and I don't know, this maybe Kwadwo Safo himself has work to do, because it also has to be open for shareholders so that he doesn't become, there's all type of, it's another area. I will not go too much into that. But when we finally come to do it, maybe people fear a certain monopoly, right? So how about just like they do in America, right? You go with such a way, say he has to offload some shares so people can whatnot and balance it out a little bit. But at the end of the day, his outfit is producing vehicles for, say, the Ghana police, Ghana army. Some of them, they only need a different ball game, so we may need to import certain types of equipment. Okay, but at least the vehicles, normal driving around on clerical duties, on patrol duties, on those type of. This guy can make them. Have you seen Sana Deno and your friend is saying, he makes those, right? The Black Maria now, prisoners in Apostle Kwadwo Safo should be making those. Okay, so Scanner Yedebekwa import we say that's they are building factories around Ghana. Yeah, find some more Apostle Kwadwo Safo we see even 3 factories for a start. 1 in Upper Ghana, 1 in Mid Ghana, 1 in Southern Ghana, to mop up people who have raw ingenuity in the automotive and machinery. We say you kind of say mid Ghana say crap the no brainer. Munko sinsi swami. Fita for no mugu swami nina. Overnight, all of them will start living better lives. Because the Juma almost standard of living at changing levels go high. What I say? That's how it's supposed to be. But then, without a concerted policy, it's hard to make it all connect together. So if we know, okay, in one stroke, we are employing a lot of people. In one stroke, we are fulfilling that 24-hour economy win because there are shifts. People are working shifts. And you're one factory across Ghana. Wouldn't say one big factory, people will come from Sunyani to come and find work, or go further to Tamale to go find one over there, right? Or wherever you find it from. Maybe crowd fi Tamale, but uba school or Accra, we na wunya ejuma wo hwa because we ye ejuma ewo factory na wo no. Ejuma ye ejuma. It's a 24-hour economy, straight. This man can help you a lot because he can help produce work, employment that will mop up people. I'm going to move with Juma. No one who said the 24-hour economy is working. What would that make you know? Number one. Number two, let's look at the Ejumera policy. And forgive me if I fluff this because I think that sometimes I confuse the Ejumera with the other policy, which is the youth empowerment or the youth apprenticeship thing. Let me take the youth apprenticeship thing first. Youth apprenticeship, we say, John Mahama says, Obefa Ebia Obi Onime Juma bi pa, right? Then they get some youth to apprentice under this person, right? So that Obetra Juma no and of course it's skill transfer, it's training, it's apprenticeship and all of that. Now, with all the knowledge this guy has across several areas, including agriculture, animal husbandry, the control of pests and weeds and all of that. Nase ma afanipa o training o mo again no na mo tape knowledge no na knowledge a papa we wono yen chungu baby a we sheni trimo. The only way we can benefit from it, apart from saying no matter why no. I'm not sure he does them by himself. Maybe sure say be one or two things. But the kind of things that this guy had inside, there should be a way of institutionalizing a transfer to the next generation. So that people would naturally benefit from what he knows, even if not to the degree he knows now. People will pick up aspects of what he knows. This guy's a gem. Let's face it. All right? Okay, so back. Youth apprenticeship. You have people apprenticing under Apostle Kwadwo Safo, learning how to make weedicide from whatever herbs he makes them from. Learning to make pesticides from whatever ashes and potash he gets that from. Going into the animal husbandry thing where cow weigh they born once a year, they make the cow born twice a year. Let him transfer that knowledge. And John Mahama, he can personally supply equipment for your farm. I'll put that in for you. At a discount, of course. You deserve it. But yes, this man can give you a combined harvester. He can give you the sprinkler that we just saw. You can't say. It didn't we do crowd though. And you're Onantefuo. I always mix it up with Onantefuo. I'm saying yeah, SUV now. And stuff like that. But yes. So policy number 2. Youth apprenticeship. On point. Easily. He can help you to do that. Policy number 3. You kind of saying the Ejumera and right, which is also connected with employing people and all of that. I will be back with you shortly to continue the show. It's time for a commercial break. Please stay and stay. I'll be right back.
Making healthy food choices are a daily challenge for most people. You see, the food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Introducing the Green Health Pharmacy and Functional Medicine Clinic that gets to the root cause of your disease. We present to you the True Green Foods brand that allows you to enjoy healthy food options without sacrificing the foods you love. True Green Foods have low-carb swallow options for fufu, banku, tuozafi, eba, kenke, amala, and semovita. Good tasting and supremely delicious without compromising blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, weight management goals, and all diseases that one may be battling with. They also have a low-carb replacement for oatmeal, grits, and cream of wheat, which are highly dense in carbohydrates. Check out Alta Oats, Beta Oats, Clean Oats, as well as Kajma Porridge and Cream of Laka when you visit our shop. The breakfast options are not just delicious, but meet the standards of an anti-inflammatory diet. All True Green Foods are all diabetic friendly. Find Green Health Pharmacy in Woodbridge, Virginia, or call us on 703-670-3640. WhatsApp 571-300-5039. Find us on IG at Green Health Farm. There's no better way for a healthy lifestyle. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Welcome to Tucson Hotel, your ultimate home away from home. Located in the serene town of Ejisu Ichakrum, just off the Jabin Road, we offer you a haven of comfort and luxury. Step into our fully air-conditioned 40 bedrooms, where modern elegance meets convenience. Whether you choose our normal, standard, deluxe standard, or executive rooms, each one is equipped with Wi-Fi and DSTV, ensuring that you stay connected and entertained throughout your stay. Indulge your taste buds at our exquisite bar and restaurant, where our skilled chefs prepare a wide range of culinary delight to satisfy every palate. From local delicacies to international favorites, we have something for everyone. Planning a business meeting or a special event? Look no further than our state-of-the-art conference hall with a capacity to accommodate 80 to 100 people. It is the perfect venue for your corporate gatherings or social celebrations. But that's not all. We proudly boast the largest recreational center in the Ejisu municipality. With a capacity to accommodate up to 2,000 people, it is the ideal location for concerts, weddings, and other grand events. It comes with 4 fully air-conditioned bedrooms and a kitchen as one package. Our luxury cars are also available for rent. Drive like a boss. To experience true hospitality and unmatched comfort, contact us today. Our friendly staff is ready to assist you. You can reach us at 0244-654-458, 0246-505-327, or 0241-418645. You can also email us at info@tucsonhotel@gmail.com. Tucson Hotel, your home away from home.
All right. Thank you very much for sticking and staying. We are back. Okay. So before we left for the break, I had already looked at 2 of the 3 policies that I was examining. One is the 24-hour economy. 2 is the National Youth Apprenticeship Program, right? Something that I'm very fascinated with, by the way. And now the third one, I was going to talk about the Jumara program, but there's another policy that's seriously competing with that. So I'm going to kind of touch a bit on both. So I said 3, but it's probably going to end up being 4. But the other one, which I've already touched on, is actually the farmers, the farming centers. Okay, in Tushankasa, we've already done 3 policies. The mechanization centers. We've examined how those, how John Mahama's government can collaborate. Can collaborate with Apostle Kwadwo Safo to make that happen, right? To make that policy a quick success. The second one is the 24-hour economy, which we've also looked at in terms of creating the employment and all of that. Now, the third one we've also looked at is the the national youth. Charlie me black out. What's going on? What time is it? Yeah, it's past my bedtime. National Youth Apprenticeship Program is what I was talking about. There are others, the women's banking and all that. If you challenge me, I'll come back every day and do one policy and how Apostle Kwadwo Safo can help that to happen. But for right now, let's just look at those three. And what I was going to add, however, is that the Ejumara program now, it's focused more on young people, right? Now, this is where my mind is at. When we speak of young people, a lot of the time we're talking about, even party for no crowd, no the party, after the party wins, when they go and they say Nyansaboakwa, you offer certificate, bruh. But we all know that not all young people have the certificates. Not all of them have been to school. You go school obidi first, no biare. Meboa. And to say when you na poko school every impona, dia wonya odi first ni ejuma. Say there was so already there was so no ni ejuma. Ana so be abedidi abi. So we know we cannot only think about people who pass through the regular school system when we're thinking of employment. We have to think of avenues to create employment for people who not necessarily go through the you're kind of saying Western educational system that you're running now. Okay, all right. Now, if we're going to let Apostle Kwadwo Safo, with his established with his experience in agriculture, in industrialization and all of these things, I mean in mechanization and all of that, how many people do you think this guy can train who have not been to the school? No, because I saw one school to that degree like that. Okay, so he's going to be able to teach people using a format that they will understand. Omonte classroom in crappy panenko fili biology and can't end of deck. Non sanko filling of deck. Yeah, what should my coca too much? What I say? He's a failure. Meanwhile, Apostle Kwadwo Safo didn't go to St. Augustine's College. Ebian Kobe faili biology no market so you're useless. But see the things he's doing. To say, no, I employ control from Kivas. You see how it works. So all I'm saying is if you give this guy the opportunity, he can train a lot of young people who have not had the opportunity to go through the regular schools. No. So if we say we are creating employment, now whilst are you creating jobs for the team members every day? I can say so X amount of people pass out from our universities without no jobs. Well, but how about those who don't pass through without no university but still have no jobs? They are also important. And here, you say, you be creating avenues for university graduates and all of that. You create avenues for everybody else too on the ground. Ebia when you train crime go school, no crab it me akwa ye adwuma de ahwe ne nua manako university. How about that? Me who be that? All right. So Apostle Kwadwo Safo is indispensable there too. I told you, I saw how he started the Christo Asafo Church. Maybe he started it before I saw it, but I saw how it was coming up, right? And I saw how he was able to mobilize people to build what he has done now. A raw kapao. Sakwa we don't let me call him Akwa. That's a bit disrespectful. He's a penny, penny I'm respecting a pound or so. But what I'm saying is Apostle Kwadwo Safo, or no sikane adena wono. A raw kapao. Farming and things like that. I saw my brother, my uncle, Paul, God rest his soul. I saw him go anytime they called them. Hey, like clockwork. He'll go and work for the church. And they built wealth that way. And he trained a lot of people. My uncle Paul was one of the best mechanics in Kumasu. Bionim Libiani Masima Miki. Amakum Poledia. God rest his soul. He came here in the States. And unfortunately, he passed here in the States, right? But he was one of the best mechanics in Kumasi at the time. He went to KTI actually. And no didn't and Apostle Kwadwo Safo, apart from the Onantefuo name, he's smart. He surrounds himself with people who have what he needs to make what he wants to do. He wants to make happen. Because my uncle went to KTI, he already had that knowledge. But he brought him in with him, and he was working with him until he came here and he came to pass. But all I'm saying though is that if we give Apostle Kwadwo Safo the chance, this is another area that he can greatly help John Mahama to succeed with his policies. Right? Give him the chance. Let him train people in agriculture, organic agriculture. Organic agriculture. Now we'll be about chemicals out there no be a organic amount, and he's producing like twice the yield. Twice the yield. This guy's making rabbits born like 4 or 5 times in the year and things like that. Shouldn't we be listening to this guy? Shouldn't we be watching this guy? John Mahama, I know he may have frustrated you, and I'm wrapping up. How many minutes do we got? Let me see. 1 second. I know he may have frustrated you before or whatever, but for your own sake, I think you need Apostle Kwadwo Safo if you want to make your work easy for you. I think say obetimi aboa ama dia opesa way much easier. All right, and I've used 3 of your policies, sir, to exhibit this. And as I wrap up, let me recap. Number 1, me say 24-hour economy. The 24-hour economy. Apostle Kwadwo Safo has the wherewithal to create avenues to mop up youth who want jobs to work on a 3-shift cycle. Because a banker say, Ora Kwadwo Safo, mama a buy edisika ebe show with you and you partner with you, right? Na ya yese munye cars Ghana police. If you neko yenkoto tundra bio cars na yekoto ni na fi Japan ne hwanwani nyina no scanning na edit baba invest wo Ghana haya edisi factories. Na monfa nipa na munye car police, prison service, immigration service, and some for the army, some basic utility cars for the army, right? Ministries, every government functionary, your car has to come from the pool. Are you playing? You think you go to China and go and drive a Mercedes over there? No. They produce their own cars. If you're in the government now, you will drive a car that's made in the country. It's apart from police and all of these other ones, no. It's also the 60 penny. But imagine like 101 for ya kufa do nyomu yejme. Naka every single one of them be a omo car. Kantanka na ya. Ekenon kwa keke cramp. Do you know how much you can say employment that would have brought in the country? Plus the servicing and everything. Hey, could be every major city be a Kantanka service center. Every major city, Okota Kradi or Kantanka Service Center. Oka break it down and now the corner. Charlie, listen, why are we shortchanging ourselves like this? Why are we shortchanging ourselves like this? So that was for the 24-hour economy. Number 2 policy I'm share. You're kind of saying the National Apprenticeship Program. That one sticks like a sore thumb for me. Sticks out like a sore thumb for me. Because basically, all you're trying to do is say, the youth no ejuma. Now, where I'm coming in, the angle that I'm coming in from, they say, let's not always make it as if, say, if you do not go to the regular school, what they're in terms of employment. Now, say, but in terms of employment, then we need people like Apostle Kwadwo Safo who can take youth and instruct them without using the conventional Western system, and still turn out teams of skilled youth. I be a farming expert. It be you kind of saying mechanization expert and all of that. government can partner with him to employ lots of youth and give them some proper training. I didn't fasobe bread or minor. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the policy number 2. Policy number 3. Any you kind of say no. The farming centers now, but farm mechanization centers now, Jamama Sobe, and also sticks out so much like a short term to me as well. Because basically, what we are going to need in these places now, equipment and inputs, right? And agro stuff like weedicide, pesticides, all of these things. Kwadwo Safo, machinery, or animal husbandry stuff, or seeds, improved organic seeds, or weedicides, or pesticides, organic. What are we waiting for? Kwadwo Safo, I am not sending me a crack. What's here now? I'm making your case for you like nobody's business now. Trust me, man. But seriously though, like I said, so near camp. Now also so camp, make yourself ready for business, please. Once again, you was some a DB, na be men kwame de share, mama can't tell abruptly. The person who created Coca-Cola, he eventually sold the kind of saying the story is also our horse said. Or he eventually sold the patent, right? But what it is, they say all these big brands that we see, you know, then you were Bed Custard, you were Kellogg's Cornflakes, you were St. Louis Sugar, you were Milo, then all these brands were there before I was born. They are still there. Now, do they belong to the same person? No, sir. They've changed. It changed hands so many times. Nipa or Kellogg's, maybe it's the same investment. Cars, or what? Maybe, of course, they will still keep some of that. We say no. All I'm trying to say is say Ghana for you. Let's open ourselves for business, right? What now we invent here, but make it a limited liability company so people can invest in it. Because maybe the money is not even going to come from Abai, the money is going to come from private investors. Of course, the government has to have policies that will be favorable for all that to happen. But most likely, and of course, the government can also facilitate the participation of the you can't say private investors now. But make yourself ready for business. So that's what I say. And a car, and you don't have anything on paper to show them. How are they going to give you the money? It's not going to happen, Apostle. We need him. Obanen so 24 Nenkasa. I just have to, like I said, she's a lost cause to me. I don't think she's serious like that. I really don't. What Abaimu 8 years went to me and Tia Akufado now she said, oh no, pop. And I'm saying on the Akufado, I'm saying or moon shut down do too much. I don't know, but at least. And then the cry, I say the previous Kufo time cry, I was almost started crying. I share Apostle Kwadwo Safo. But in which ways? Boy, no, I don't know his name. He's not a topic. His name just popped up. But his name popped up in a very significant way because I've given you 2 examples. He could not even identify the opportunity that came knocking on his door. Number 1, and he said, this famous person wanted to drive Kantanka around Ghana. Baby, obe kubionya pulia pepepe Kantanka. And can publicity ubenya from that. And then the second one was the Wanderlust. Wanderlust, where they drove all the way from Ghana to the UK, got BBC publicity all the way. Then can you say, oh, car Kantanka ye no. It's mini Volvo ni Mercedes, any Toyota ni ade no akko UK. Akko akudua. Do you know what I would have said for your product? Now for your friend, I know, your friend, I know, kujina. Suddenly you crash the same Ghana for suddenly from politicians all the way down. It starts with politicians, including this incoming NDC people. Fire. You understand? And you crash the same. You're a public servant. I'm talking to the NDC people now because these are politicians who want to serve. You're public servants. So when you give numbers to people that you don't respond to, you fuck you dealing with. But a Ghanaian syndrome. Oh, not the phone number now. And so my friend, no, and crosses and no. Create an avenue for the person to leave you a message and respond to the blood clot message. That's civilized. There must also big man, okra phones by with Kwame Dinkra. I would say it. Okra phones by 10. Or show him no show pedigree and or the number or no what number or will be any number de be ma. It's number be honya de ma out to say Charlie Akwa we umbu because any idea of a funny phone. Some of them that's how they be. It makes them feel good or something. Bro, listen. When I was in Australia, right, you call art exhibition be. This I'll never forget. You call art exhibition. We went to play. I went to go play with my band at this art exhibition, right? And the premier, Australia is a federal system, right? In terms of what premiers would be America's governors, okay? No, not the premier, the governor actually. Premier we say the governor. The governor of Western Australia. A bar event, no. Nana, we all heard say Wabaho, we couldn't even tell who it was. He came just like any and everybody. I think say he may have come with 1 or 2 bodyguards who mixed up with the crowd or something. The guy came, parked his car, pulled up, came in the art exhibition, watched the thing, spoke to us, took pictures, whatnot, sat in his car and drove off. When he was leaving, people, you know, of course, we all, premier, this premier, I keep saying premier, governor, whatever, took his card, whatnot. I was in school at the time, I was doing journalism, and I wanted to go to the parliament house, to go to their parliament over there. I had an assignment that I had to write, so I wanted to go there. I sent him a message, so I want to go over there for this and that and that. Of course, it wasn't him. Somebody else responded and said, oh, you want to go there? All right, this is where you have to go get a permit to go there. They responded. Ghana de unya a top phone me papa we a big man in Tinafede bakoye for omo here and the bakoye for momo here. A yim crass se mum in guys are there. Apostle Kwadwo Safo ba wona kokofa asase we are making by it. Right? Sade na no be shana for your friend for that business, serious business. Obinia break a boss saying what I say 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm here promoting your brand. Obi betemen kan obeti so oh Charlie Denzi and then no afro na won fa. Start. Enough said. Said the can be a John Mahama, back to you, sir. We have a lot of confidence in you for all the right reasons, right? And we all want to see you succeed, which is why we stuck out for you in the first place. I personally am a great fan of yours. I think that you are a blessing to our country. And for people who may not have noticed that yet, no, time will tell. I was telling my brethren the other day, we were having a discussion. I said, I don't want to be one of those who would have to wait and praise John Mahama later, like we did with Nkrumah, right? Kwame Nkrumah, when he was there were people who were saying the same nonsense about him that, you know, oh, na kankan nyame na hwan na denje na oh, and he's a dictator na hwan na kwasi asem twum. And sorry, I said Kwame Nkrumah is the best thing since oxygen. Same people. So I don't want to be I don't want to be a latter-day saint when it comes to acknowledging the works of John Mahama. I think he's a blessing to Ghana. And I believe, sir, he's well positioned to reset Ghana. So I want to help. And we have to know, say, the help, if we're going to do this, it's not all going to come from NDC quarters. So, Ghana neighbor governor and NDC neighbor governor, right? So everybody has to be involved, every and anybody. And like I said, if John Mahama is able to do this with Apostle Kwadwo Safo, he will endear himself and his party even to some hardcore MPP people. Because check this out too. Should the Kumasi for a year ama NDC this election CEO? Now, funny said John Mahama ever be see big time foundry. I was Swami. I will produce parts for the cars. Never say why Apostle Kwadwo Safo factory so bako a bit further up. Ebi Pasunyane and I say it's somewhere over there. Right? I know so employ for Swami fit for your muguwe. Swami Hona Kasana Kran. I'll see it sister send a hositiano. Swami magazine hono. I'll say sister how a hositiano. And it's a safe factory a bit upper. A bit more pay up a lot of you can't say talent now to free that place up. Then you be before for crampo. What I say? Because all the fittest no go be breeding and no more chance. That's our factory. They will go there to work. And to John Mahama, you can benefit greatly by collaborating with Apostle Kwadwo Safo. He has something that you need. And I wish that you put some smart people like my good brother Elvis Efriye Ankra on a mission like that to talk nicely with this man to what I say find the common ground, because most likely with the son that he has over there and with Kwadwo Safo, if they have an influence on things, you are likely to run into another meeting with the anthill na yeah. And I say me from him for me phone. Who knows? But I believe if you have somebody like Elvis Efriye Ankra or somebody of that composure and finesse, now they can lead a discussion to forge a collaboration between your incoming government, sir, and Apostle Kwadwo Safo and his team for national development. It makes no sense that with everything that we're seeing, we still spend all these millions of dollars to go and import cars and other vehicles, agricultural equipment, buy chemicals which do not work well for our soils, when Apostle Kwadwo Safo is telling us he's going to give us organic pesticides. We should be exporting that. We should really be exporting that. We should be telling the other countries around us, hey, stop destroying your land. Stop destroying your agricultural land with GlaxoSmithKline. We're going to send you Kantanka weedicide from Ghana. And that's not going to mess up your thing. Your mushrooms are still going to grow in season. Unlike when you put Sanum and when the from was saying on your thing. Roundup and all this fuckery. You understand? So it's simple. And I know Sir John Mahama is a diplomat. He's not somebody who is going to be, oh, way and away, John Mahama knows that Apostle Kwadwo Safo is not Kwadwo Safo. John Mahama knows that very well, And I believe that he can find the level to definitely collaborate with him. And like I said, I believe that Elvis and a few others that I can point to, even Sami Jenfi, people like that. Nano Onimkasa. So send them there, let them sit down. And Onimkasa Keke, or Onimkasa no is smart, both of them, Sami and Elvis both, right? I'm just proposing. Maybe the other people in the NDC who can do that better. I'm just saying that from where I sit. But let people like that lead a discussion to make it concrete rather than make it like a rhetoric. Oh, abambe boye ni exhibition bako ni kasa wa mic ni adane ni No, that's not helping nobody. We want to see the full implementation of the 24-hour economy. We want to see a full implementation of the youth apprenticeship program. We want to see a full implementation of the farmers' mechanization centers. We want to see the Ejumara program take off. We want to see Women's World Banking and all the other policies succeed. So let's look around. And while we're doing that, BT said Indum, after his bank has been restored, can be made to finance some of these. Charlie, we've got it to Adiano. Thankfully, Akufo-Addo, I can't know how many days. Bye-bye, sir. I will not miss you at all. And I don't think too many Ghanaians will. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you were a terrible president. Terrible president. And I'm even tempted to say terrible human being as well. Because if 8 people get shot and you don't even have the decency to reach out to their families to offer condolences, as their leader. You are terrible. You are terrible. There's no sugarcoating that. So we are very happy to see you go, and we are very happy to see somebody who is humble like John Dramani Mahama and his wife Lordina Mahama. Let's never forget, everywhere the emperor go, the empress go as well. Everywhere the king go, the queen go as well. You understand? See the work that woman is doing. You hardly hear her speak. Have I heard Lordina Mahama speak? I don't even remember. But see what she's doing. See what John Mahama's brother is doing. See the humility with which his son speaks. I was watching a video of John Mahama's son spending Christmas with at an orphanage or something. I was so touched. What you see at you know, like Onyakra, young man, but you know what I'm talking about. Culture. You see, what would I make channel? Because it's a Kufad who goes to the chief and say, hey, who's sorry, Najina Honum. Then they ban us up and my phone, they turn us. Bro, we are Ghanaians. We want the best for ourselves. What I say, if anybody is going to step up to represent us, they have to show some quality. Not a Kufado. Any which way. Thank God that we will not be mentioning your name too many times in about how many days now? A week or so. Maybe. Do I even know, Seth? I think we'll be actually mentioning your name a lot. Because I think about who's kind of Viano. I think about Ingenuity. Let me go sleep. That's not why I'm here. I came to look at Apostle Kwadwo Safo and how John Mahama can collaborate with him to make his policies a success. I hope I've done a good job of that. Thank you very much for doing the listening. And if you are watching us on iCulture TV, thank you for doing the watching. My name is Kwesi, his son. I come in peace. I come not to please. I will see you over the weekend with Weekend Editorial. One love. Bye-bye.
Sitting here meditating and pondering on the ways of the world today. Thinking of my people Africa and the state of the continent today. How mothers fed their children today. As granny goes down on her knees every day and prays. How many souls are dying from causes that could be prevented? If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Oh, 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 Zayana Yahweh. Zayana way. Africa rise, every 4 years, the politician say he's your servant today. After you vote for them, they metamorphose into your masters. I say, have your say, we'll have our way. Not no strange, it's cow demon crosses. Meanwhile, souls are dying from causes that could be prevented. If we did have leaders who cared for us today. Diana,
ever quit, just a little bit longer. Victory is near, they're gonna disappear, go under. Leaders them no care, never tend to share. Babylon quit, the shedding of blood. Your heart a go suffer if you show no love. Stay away, consciousness. What the God the nation if for no righteousness? Just make sure the children live.
I pray for the future generation not to give up this fight. I pray for the children of tomorrow not to sell out their birthright. Cause when I look afar, I see the strangers eating up the food. Another form of slavery is coming here again. And that's why people are dying. Causes that could be prevented. Oh yes, we do need some better leadership today. Oh, oh, oh. Zion and Yahweh. Zion. Rising up again, shaking up all the shackles. I see my people shaking up those chains. The lion with the mane, blood of the slain will never be in vain. No, no, no. We don't want to see no more people dying from causes that can be prevented.
No more
Richard Bertrand.